the seating layout and the interiors. As you can see, they've got the new screens that are set up here, as well as what is kind of the traditional United First Class layout, which is slightly updated with more of the recent B737 MAX units. Although most of the 800 and 900 series 737s still have the older business class configuration, which is more or less kind of less padded seating, we're saying. These seats are actually even less padded than those, but at least they're a lot newer and a lot cleaner in terms of look. So I'll take you along with me as I go and take a 737 MAX from Chicago to Boston, and I'll take you along with me on the journey. Let's go and take a look at the in-flight entertainment as we go and set up here. Looking at the in-flight control screen with quite a few menu options. The touchscreen is really responsive. There are quite a few shows. There's lots of TV sets. Good number. Well, let's see what the audio mixes are. Actually, a decent amount of audio going in through to what we have with movies. Quite a few releases here, say within the past year for certain. Actually, quite a good selection, actually. Just to say the very least. I mean, that goes on for quite a bit of time. So, they've also got a wellness session, some games, some items for kids. Then you've got information. Look at the weather here. Going to the full forecast, which you kind of see weather at the destination. There's also going to be other products on here for United's product. Let's go to the home page. There's also the airplane flight maps, where you can tell what's the service that you're going to be getting. Also a flight map of the overall route, which is going to be from Chicago to Boston here. And also the destination. It shows current route map. There is also an interactive map for those that prefer to have a more dynamic viewing of the map. This is a Panasonic software called FlightPath 2D. 2 hours is the destination time, although the in-air is just a little bit under an hour and 30 minutes. But yeah, this is quite an active map, which is actually pretty nice. This is the same software that Panasonic uses for their United's international routes, as well as ANA. Then, from there, we're just going to go back to the home screen. This is a button to where you can go and basically access the power button. You can hook up to your Bluetooth devices, your headsets. You can also trigger the volume amount. You can also put it on mute. And there you go. That's in-flight entertainment. I think this new first class has a lot more options compared to the previous first class option. And yeah, so I'm just going to sit back here. We're currently still taxiing on the way over to Boston. Flight time today is 2 hours and 6 minutes, with airborne time of about 1 hour and 55 minutes. We're going to be departing from Chicago's runway number 3, correction from runway number 5. That got parallel 737s taking off. USB-C port. And then you got your regular charging, a headphone jack for two-pronged headphones, and then a little bit of extra cabinet space along with the tray table. The seats don't recline back in a normal fashion. What the seats do instead is that they'll slide a little bit. So rather than do this, they're going to do this. And that's illustrated here. So if I go and sit back, right? The legs move forward, but the seat goes back. So in a sense, like I said, it's like this instead of a tilting motion. So they're trying to just go and save space. I get why they do that, but it's not my most favorite thing about trying to go and have reclining, because that means that you get rid of some leg room here, which, as you can see, I already have my personal computer bag in here. Not the best thing in my opinion, but all the US airlines are doing it, and I'm pretty sure the international carriers are going to be following. Aside from that, of course, you've got this storage bins, which have enough space. You can see I have two big bottles of water and then my personal bag in there. There is no plug-in underneath the screen, so you have to go and hook in your headset either through there or you do your Bluetooth, which actually is quite nice. I am on the edge of the back, as you can see here, so I don't really have much room to go and be able to go back any further, but again, that's why they have the sliding instead of the tilt back. But aside from that, hard surfaces, this is more kind of a hard plasticky feel. The touch is fairly nice in terms of the synthetic leather. Very good to the touch, pretty comfortable. And then the seat cushioning as well is also kind of a I wouldn't say standard, but kind of a more of a prototypical domestic first class cabin style leathering. I can't remember who manufactures these seats, whether this is Safran or if it's another company. But again, the headrest does elevate a little bit, as you can see here. You can go and rotate this up and down, and it also does push down. So it's a clicking motion, pretty nifty. I'd say it's actually quite standard with a lot of typical domestic first class programs. And I have two windows by my seat, which is fairly nice. So I get a lot of visibility, but I think I'll probably keep one of them closed for right now. But with that, that's the seat for you on this newer United First configuration. And we'll see what happens about this dining service if there is one. What I typically like about United is that they provide, yes, the cashew almond mix. Technically it's not the healthiest thing for you, but it is delicious here, and they keep it warm. It's always nice when they have that little bit of a touch. But to start off with there were three options. I chose one of these, which there was some sort of like a cold salad with, I think, meat lined on the side. Then there was a hot lemon lime chicken, and then there was just a pasta. And I chose the lemon lime chicken. We'll see how it is. I'm not keeping my hopes up, to be honest. I'm betting it's going to be really dry, but I'll take whatever food I can get, because when I get in Boston, it'll be 10 p.m. and there's not going to be much open on a Saturday. I mean, there's not going to be much opening. So, alright, let's wait for the main course to happen. Okay, the meal has arrived. And this is the chicken. Yeah, the broccoli looks a little bit overcooked, but that's what happens when you're in a microwave. So, but the salad looks not too bad. A balsamic vinaigrette, and then we got a piece of bread with a slice of butter, and then a chocolate chip cookie. And I have decaf coffee because I'm going to be going all night on this. Then I got chicken with, I think, potatoes on the side, and there's a lemon beside it. Not sure why they cooked the lemon, but okay. We'll go and give this a sample once I set things up. Give me just a moment here. So the first meal of the day is going to be, I'm going to take a bite of the potatoes first, because that's what I'm feeling like right now. Alright, let's take a bite of these potatoes, shall we? Here goes. Definitely a good amount of seasoning on this. A little on the dry side, but that's how I expected it to be. So, but the potatoes were not that bad. And I got a more moist piece, so it depends which bite that you get. Next is going to be the chicken. We're going to see how this goes. My guess is that it's dry, but it's dry, but it's not that bad actually. There's actually more flavor than I thought there was going to be on this, to be frank, but it is still on the dry side, but where are you gonna get? And then, no, take a bite. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna waste vegetables, but you know how I'm gonna feel about this. Just as I thought it was gonna taste. Not all that great, but right. Hopefully the salad dressing with the salad is going to turn out to be a little bit better. But let's see how this goes. So. Vinaigrette dressing is actually what makes this actually not too bad. It's all about the vinaigrette dressing, not the vegetables, but I like my vegetables, so vegetables are good here. Next we're going to sample the bread, so we'll give it a little bit of a minute here as I get settled. Bread's a little hard to cut through, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's kind of falling apart on me. A lot more bread than butter. We'll say that. But alright. Let's give the bread with butter a try. Yeah, the bread is really dry. Not gonna lie. I definitely need some water with that. Yeah.
The potatoes are surprising. The potatoes were a little bit more like, I can taste more of the flavor the more bites I take into it. So I'd say the potatoes weren't too bad. The salad was definitely a good part of it. The chicken was dry, just as I expected, and so was the bread. That being stated, I mean, I'm not going to complain because I got a free upgrade to first class, but for those that are paying full price for a ticket, not the most satiating meal per se, but yeah, United's got a way to go. But I mean, this has been improvement over some of the meals that I've had in the past with them. Some of those other meals have been really dry meat, but this meat, like, I can taste there's at least flavor with it. It's not just, you know, not without any flavor. So, with that, lastly is the cookie. Here we go. Now this cookie is actually pretty soft and actually pretty good. I'll give them, the cookie was actually good. That's a nice soft texture for a cookie. So, there you have it. The United meal, in my opinion, a little on the dry side, but overall, the flavors are there with the main dish, but not going to be expecting too much. Salad was, well, what do you expect from salad, but the vinaigrette dressing is good. The cookies, nice and soft. The bread's super dry. So, there you go, folks. That's the United Domestic First Class meal, which I'd say some improvements, but work to do on United's part. So hopefully United Airlines is going to look at this and see what they can do to improve this meal. Need more flavor, need a little more moisture, and go from there. But until then, I'm going to finish this up, and we'll check back in a bit. Like that, we have landed in Boston. Adding 1 hour to the local time zone from standard time, central time zone to eastern time zone. We are now still running about 20 minutes early.
We'd like to be the first to welcome you to Boston, where the local time is 9:19 in the evening.
Just like that, I have landed in Boston Logan Airport. I have not been into Boston Logan Airport, so this is going to be interesting, but overall the flight with United has been a really good one on first class, when both my legs coming both into Chicago from Milwaukee as well as Chicago to Boston. And right now I'm about to go and check out bags and get to the hotel. But again, I would say if there's a summary, I'd say the staff was really friendly. I really liked them, and actually one of them wanted to go and see this YouTube channel. I will say staff was great. The experience overall was a really good experience, a relatively comfortable seat, and food is trending on the upward side, although I will say there is work to do still. But with that in mind, I'm going to get my bags and get to the hotel to meet up with a few friends who are waiting for me, a long-awaited reunion for a wedding. And with that in mind, leave a comment down below if you liked any of this video and the content. Of course, hit that subscribe
button for me. Hit the bell notification if you want to hear more and get up-to-date notes of when I go and post videos. It has been a little bit of time since I've posted some stuff because I've been really busy with regular work. But as always, until the next one, Yoshi out.